All right, everybody, welcome to the first show of What the Rec. If you have joined us for Sports Talk Thursdays, then you're kind of a little bit familiar with our format for what we do. If this is your first time joining us, What the Rec is a new show that Spencer and I are doing through DRW to just kind of update a little bit about what's going on campus, different rec and wellness happenings that are going to be coming up, hopefully for the fall. And it's your opportunity to call in and talk to us about whatever really you want. If a topic brings up something that is important to you, feel free to call in. So first, let's do this since it is a little bit different. I want to take a minute. My name is Darrell. I am the Outdoor Adventure Coordinator for Rec and Wellness.
My name is Spencer Emerson. I am the Associate Director of Recreation and Wellness here at Clayton State.
All right. So if you don't know where we're located, our offices are actually on the second floor in the fitness center of the SAC. Those two offices are kind of back on the one side there off of the kind of that mezzanine where all of the cardio equipment is. Those are our offices right there. So feel free when campus reopens to drop by, pick our brain a little bit about what's going on, or to
just stay 6 feet apart. That's all we need.
Has to be 6 feet apart. I actually did bring my mask today, so I think I like the green for outdoor. It's pretty cool.
I like that. That's exactly what we need. Safety can be awesome. You just got to be able to use that fashion, and that's, again, what this show is all about. It's going to be about fashion. It's going to be about sports. It's going to be about, new shoes that are coming out. We are here to just chat with Laker Nation. Laker Nation, we are here for you. We want you to talk. We want you to engage with us. And, even if you don't want to engage with us, you can just watch a couple of goofy guys talk about passions and, hobbies and how to get involved with the rest of your community, because it's been a weird transition for many people, but we're here for you. We're gonna, if you guys ever need to talk, we got emails, we got office phones, we got Teams you can set up. You know exactly how to spell my name, SPENSER EMERSON, and we're here for you. Okay.
You can also get a hold of us through the new social media platform that the campus is using called Plunk. If you're not sure what Plunk is, give us an email and we will be happy to help you out with getting registered for Plunk. All right, so what I want to do today is just kind of go over a little bit about what our new format is. Sports Talk Thursday was, we did have Willie Michael come in and help us out with that. Willie will be joining us for What the Rec occasionally when he can. His workload does kind of dictate, when he's going to be able to be in, but he's not the only special guest we're thinking about bringing in. We would like to bring in, campus students, athletes, professors, other people from campus life. We will possibly be bringing in other rec and wellness professionals from our sister schools and through the USG that we work with all the time. Professionals that we connect with through AOR and through NERSA, probably especially through NERSA because we do have a lot of connections through there. So what the rec is going to end up being is just this huge conglomerate of all the different topics of the day. So like right now, I know Spencer's itching to get to soccer, and I'm trying to kind of draw it out a little bit because I'm messing with him a bit. But we can kind of get to that in a minute. We'll bring up sports and we'll bring up some outdoor stuff. Occasionally, I'll have links to YouTube videos that Spencer and I have done for skills clinics and things like that. But we can kind of really flesh this out over the next few months and get a lot of student input. That's what we're looking for from you guys. So, all right, I've digressed enough here. Spencer, take it away with soccer for a few, will you?
So, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate all of the class of 2020. I know that this is not what you expected when you started your final semester, but we are proud of what you've been able to do. And it's something that's really amazing because you're going to have a unique opportunity. Don't forget that in interviews, everyone will be using this as their how did you overcome a difficult situation. So make sure that you do start looking for a backup backup interview question. Sorry, someone was walking by and saying hi.
That got me too.
Yep. So, you guys are doing great. And hopefully, again, we can get this Laker Nation back going. Again, we know that right now you are studying, you are taking your final exams. You got this, so keep it going. Now back to soccer. So if you can't tell, I love everything soccer. I ref soccer. I live soccer. I go to Atlanta United games. One thing that I am excited about is the Bundesliga. If you don't know what the Bundesliga is, don't worry. I didn't know what it was 3 years ago either. It is the equivalent of the NFL for German soccer. So there are multiple leagues. There is the Premier League in England, the Primera in Spain, and then you have this Bundesliga. If you go, well, what does that, why do I care? Who plays in that? There are a lot of really good players from the United States and the world that play in the Bundesliga. And so what they have decided is in less than 2 weeks, May 16th, they are going to start their league again, which is really exciting. It's going to be behind closed doors, so that means no fans are going to be in the stadium. However, they will be participating. And this just comes from some pretty good news since a lot of leagues currently had start canceling their seasons. And, for us to get anywhere normal, we want to make sure we're safe. But this seems like a very logical way that they can still perform, because again, if you can go to grocery stores, athletes should be able to, go and play and earn a wage. And that's something that I think is good about, this situation is we are learning to grow. We're learning to adapt. We understand that safety is priority, but we're here for you. So I'm ready to start watching Bundesliga soccer. And if you ever go, what team should I cheer for? We'll come up with some way to come up with what team you'll want to be a part of. Categorize it. I can just give you a team if you want and say, hey, you're a Schalke fan or you're a Borussia Dortmund fan. I can give you a team and we can have fun with it.
That might be a fun, kind of a little bit of a roulette.
Yep.
Everybody who calls in gets a randomized team.
I think
that could be pretty cool.
I think we could do that with everything and come up with pretty much like your fantasy draft and say by the end of the season, whoever wins, we'll give them a prize or something like that. I think we'll look into that. Let us know, students. Let us know, staff. Tell us what you need.
So real quick before we move on, Spencer, you kind of gave me a good segue there, but I do want to apologize. My allergies are killing me. So if you see my mic go mute for a minute, it's just because I don't want to cough and everyone.
Coronavirus.
It is not coronavirus, dude. Don't even say.
Carol Baskins gave it to you. That's what it was.
Carol Baskins. I still haven't watched that documentary.
Okay, first and foremost, this is where we're transitioning to right now. Tiger King. If you haven't watched it, it's a good show. You can do it. If you want some oddball, it's not even a comedy. It's real life. Don't watch it in front of children. But it's going to be our 2020 Corona. There's going to be shirts. There's going to be, it's huge on TikTok. But yeah, if anyone wants to talk about Carol Baskin or the Tiger King, that's what I see for us in intramurals. A lot of team names are going to be about Carol Baskin, about, the Tiger King, about, Murder Hornets.
The Murder Hornets. Yes.
I'm excited for the upcoming
I'm getting
year.
To the Murder Hornets. Don't worry.
Yeah. Once we start getting into this intramural season, there are going to be even more fun names, because that was one of my favorite things going through intramurals through college, was coming up with unique and funny names. But now that we have some really good ones, I see us going pretty hardcore into this and making T-shirts. I'm excited about it.
But Laker Nation, please do us a favor. Be as creative as you possibly can with some of these. I haven't watched this documentary yet, and I'm getting the feeling like Spencer's going to tell me offline that I have to watch it now for work. But
it's research. Duties is assigned later. That's how we work on it.
That's that clause. All other duties as assigned. Yep. That'll be a fun one to explain to my wife. I have to watch this for work.
I have to watch this. This is for work. You're teleworking,
this
so
is important research. I have to do this.
See, the good part is that now that you're teleworking, that's what we'll just push you towards,
Adding Netflix to laptop.
Yep, there we go.
So anyway, so you've kind of given me a couple of things. Murder Hornets, by the way. Murder Hornets, really. Thank you, 2020, for all kinds of fun things. We started out with almost World War III, and then Australia was on fire, and then there was a whole impeachment case, and then there was coronavirus, and now, of course, Murder Freaking Hornets. Okay, this should actually be really fun. And look at who we just had sign on. This is Willie Michael, everybody. Hi, Will.
Willie Michael is joining us. This is a special occasion. The Chicago Bears must have done something. Did they trade the team or did they just fold? I'm not quite sure. I do enjoy Willie joining, and we appreciate him here. Again, this is just an opportunity for us to get a hold of everyone and see how everyone's doing. But what else you got, Darrell?
All right, so I want to go back to Murder Hornets for a minute because this has a special place for me. One of my trail names many years ago, if you don't know what a trail name is, when you work outdoors, you end up, it's a nickname that people know you by. And you can work at facilities and people will only ever know your trail name. I have Facebook friends that I don't really recognize instantly all the time because I have to go in and look at their pictures and be like, oh, it says Emily, but that's not Emily. That's Herky. So like you have to kind of understand. But one of my trail names many years ago was Hornet, mainly because I had an unfortunate incident that involved about 60 or 70 hornet stings. It was a bad experience. But when I woke up from all the Benadryl, that was what they were calling me. So now there's Murder Hornets. So all of these guys that I worked with back in the day are getting a hold of me going, you have a new name. Your name has been updated. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Murder Hornets, yeah.
See, that just gives me flashbacks from when I was 13 years old and playing in northern Michigan, and I jumped on this set of trees, and lo and behold, hornets' nests don't just stay up in the trees. If they fall down, they like to burrow under logs and sticks, and I jumped on that. And you're right, after I woke up from the Benadryl, I had a bunch of welts all over my body.
Yeah, those things don't go away easy, man. They take a good couple of days to really fade. They'll stop hurting after that first initial round of Benadryl, but you can see them for a while there.
Oh yeah.
They were all over my face, all over my hands and arms. It was crazy. And at the time, I had no idea if I was allergic to bees or not because I'd only ever been stung like once before. Yeah. I have that many stings over that short amount of time there. I mean, I think I was only exposed to them for a couple of minutes. But yeah, that was fun. So my current trail name for anybody who's playing along at home is Splinter. So after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guy. So,
that's great.
That's what I tell everybody. It's actually because I got this really huge splinter in my finger that I couldn't get out. Maybe for a outdoor adventure skills clinic, I'll teach people how to remove a splinter very easily. That could be fun. I won't actually give anybody a splinter. I'll show you on me.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Spencer? I don't know if you're old enough to remember this, but in the 90s, it wasn't Murder Hornets, it was Killer Bees.
Yes, the Killer Bees. I remember the Killer Bees.
Now they're called Africanized honeybees.
Yep.
But I remember being so deathly afraid of these things. I was maybe 10 when all this first started. And I remember just being deathly. It was that and quicksand were like the two things I was actually afraid of as a kid. And it turned out that neither of them were really something I needed to worry about.
Yeah. See, I grew up across from a 400-acre dairy farm. And so there were bugs, there were everything out there. And so I just was afraid of everything. Like, I'm still the guy who, if you turn off a light from the basement, I run up the stairs so that way I can make sure that the serial killer doesn't get me.
That's just smart.
Yeah, I think so.
Who doesn't do that? Come on. All right, Nation, be honest. Who does not do that? Okay, everyone does that. You can't tell me otherwise. Okay, that's just smart. That's just survival instinct kicking in right there. That's what that is. And you know what? And when we get to some of these movie matinee Mondays, maybe we can do a couple of movies that are like that.
Heck yeah.
So you know, we could show My Girl because that has to do with bees.
What? Bird?
If you've never seen My Girl and you cry easily, don't do it. Don't do it. It's almost as bad as that scene from The Lion King with the wildebeest.
No spoilers.
It's almost that bad.
We could watch Hitchcock. He did one on birds, right? That could be.
Was it? Oh yeah, The Birds.
Yep, The Birds. Like that's a classic one. Like it's like The Bears.
Right.
But no, we're here again to talk about it. We have more shows coming out. We're doing a movie talk coming up in the next few weeks because one thing Darrell and I both like are movies, and the other thing we like even more is to talk about movies. So why not do that as part of our job? You know, it's recreation. It's a leisure activity, and so you know we're always here to start any show or any sort of communication. Since we can't be on campus and we can't see each other in person, let's meet online. Let's try this.
So when we do end up starting Movie Matinee Monday, we'll release that out on Plunk. We'll send it out through Instagram and Facebook and let you guys know on this show as well exactly what that schedule is going to be. We'll also let you know how to watch those movies, whether it's Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or whatever it is. We'll give you the lowdown on where the best place to get those get access to those movies will be. And then the next show after that, we'll be talking about that movie. So if the movie happens on a Monday, like next Monday, that Thursday show, we'll kind of review that movie a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's going to be a pretty fun opportunity. It comes from the summer programming that the student life team was coming to and meeting and talking about certain movies. So we just, there was something that we spoke with them and said, hey, we liked your idea. We would love to keep it coming. We'd love to have you guys join us too. And they said, yeah, sure, let's do this. Because the involvement is a lot of fun. The Ninja Turtles, the Dark Ones, those were all fun conversations. And so, look for more information. Again, we're coming up with names. We're looking at Real Talk Tuesday or Movie Matinee. There's a lot of things, except Reel would be REEL, like a movie reel. We got a bunch of different ideas out there. So, let us know what fits best for you. We're also going to look at the content that we do select and make sure that is readily available for people. That it's not HBO or Stars, something that you have to do 13 add-ons. We want to make sure that this is a movie that we've either seen recently, can see, that's in the theaters, that's on, Disney Plus, which a lot of them will be because I worked at Disney and I love all things Disney. So we'll probably do Frozen for the first three weeks.
You have to understand, my office is right next to Spenser's. There are times when I will go over and knock on the door and I'll hear him actually belting out Disney show tunes. I next time he does it, I'll record it. I promise you. It happens all the time.
Be our guest. Be our guest. All right?
Oh, my. I get this enough at home, man. I got 3 daughters, and and they are always singing along to Frozen. Moana is a big one right now.
Wait until we get back into our Moana Frozen section. It's going to be amazing.
I banned Frozen 2 from being played in my house, and they immediately went back to Moana.
Make way.
They don't like when I do Maui's "You're Welcome" though.
Oh,
because I can do a little bit of the Dwayne Johnson voice.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really. It's kind of close to what Maui does. Maybe if I build up the courage, I'll do it actually on here one day. But what I started doing is every time they start singing Frozen, I start singing something back to them because they can't stand when I do it. So that's kind of been my retaliatory strike lately. And so far it's working.
That's the way to do it. I can't wait till fatherhood. I'm excited for it now.
The key is to learn to like things that no one else does.
Yeah.
That something is still yours, and to stick to bedtimes. Okay,
Yeah.
I highly recommend that you stick to bedtimes and not be flexible with those at all.
I like it. Let's do that. Well, this transitions us into our dad joke of the week. Our dad joke, we're going to do a dad joke. I am not a father at this moment, but I do love good father jokes.
You've got a pretty good enough glossary of dad jokes that I think you're going to be ready when you eventually get there.
I can't help it. It's really good. Hey, Darrell, what's more impressive than a talking parrot? A spelling bee. Boom, got it. And that is how we're going to end every week, because you can't come back from that type of joke. It's so great that we appreciate everyone who's clicked on, joined, who's going to rewatch this, because it'll always be in our Teams page, and we will post these to YouTube Live. Darrell, you got anything on the way out?
Only that next week it's my turn for the dad joke, and I got a good one.
Okay, I'm excited for it. If you guys have any suggestions, we look forward to you guys joining during the summer. This is going to be every Thursday. It's going to be something that continues past, summer, fall. We just, really want to give our Laker community an opportunity to chat and have a little bit of fun. So, what the rack, man? What the rack?
What the rack, man?
All right. I'll see you later, Darrell.
All right, take it easy, Spence. Bye, Lakers.